Hi, it's Julianne Santos, and I'm so thankful that you're here with me today. Today, we're going to be going over 3 concepts in interpersonal communications and ways that these concepts have helped influence and shape me in my own relationships. So the first one I want to talk about is the idea of perception. This is the process by which you become more aware of objects, events, and people through your senses. In my paper that I wrote about this, I focused on how we have a perception of ourselves and we also have a perception of other people. These perceptions might not always be correct, especially the ones we have about someone else, because we can think things and assume things about people without actually ever getting to know them, and this can keep us from building relationships with those people. Another part of interpersonal communications that I found really interesting was the communication theory of social penetration theory. This is the process of getting to know someone more through self-disclosure. So this is when you tell people information about yourself that they wouldn't know unless you disclose it with them. So this goes from the more shallow topics like your hobbies, your favorite interest, to, as you're building a relationship, the deeper things like the concept of who you are. And then the last thing was the active listening, and I thought this was super interesting, especially the part of active listening and what that truly looks like. I think so often we can be hearers but not listeners, and I just think so much good comes from active listening. So this is when you allow the speaker to fully speak their own thoughts, and you're just engaging but not disrupting, that you not interrupting is what I meant, making sure that you truly understand what they mean. So this could be that as they're speaking that you take mental notes, and then when they're done that you go back and ask them questions about what did you mean by this, just so you both have a better understanding of what they're saying, so you can come to an equal understanding of what they meant. So for me personally, I think the biggest thing that I've learned through all of this is just the importance of communicating your own thoughts to others, especially in your interpersonal relationships. I think so often I get very comfortable in, especially like in social penetration or in self-disclosure, that I get comfortable with like, okay, we know enough about each other, like we'll just leave it there. But there's so much to still get to know about people. There's so much that you can still learn about people no matter how close of a relationship you have. I also think that I get scared that the more someone will know about me, the less that they might like me. That just has to deal with my perception of myself. But especially throughout this class in this semester, I have learned that in self-disclosure, like, it does take risk and it does take a lot of trust, because when you're sharing the most intimate, deep parts of yourself, like, that is scary. It's supposed to be scary, but there's also great reward that comes from it. There's reward in knowing that the people that know you are able to speak life and speak truth back into you. I think that as you disclose and as you get to know people more, that they see things about you that you might not see for yourself. So it's really cool that in those relationships, as you're communicating, that you can develop a higher perception of yourself, especially if you have a poor one, by other people speaking truth back into you because they truly know who you are. And I've seen this in my relationships with my closest friends, that I saw like negative effects at the beginning when I wouldn't disclose, and how that like kept a little bit of a distance in a relationship, just because they knew me and they knew that I would be keeping things from them. So when I realized that and I learned that it's okay, like, yes, it is hard and it takes risk, but there is great reward that comes with it. Another thing that I thought was super cool and about these ideas is just that I truly don't know everything, especially when it comes to like my perception of other people. I think I make assumptions of people based off like who they are on social media or what I hear from other people about who they are, that this really keeps me from actually getting to know many people. And I just want to stop that. I want to be a better friend to all, and I think that part of that is just by getting to know people and not allowing perceptions of other people have of them influence the way I go about building those relationships, because there are some incredible people out there in the world that I have kept from meeting just because I'm like, this is who they are. I know who they are because I've seen them on social media, but that's not true. Social media only gives us a very small glimpse of who people are, and it truly is through building relationships, getting to know people for who they are, self-disclosing, listening to who they are, and like allowing them to speak their heart, that you truly get to know people. And I'm thankful because people have done this for me. They've allowed me to speak my heart. They've tried to get to know me for who I am, and as I have done the same, I've only seen like relationships grow and flourish from it. So thank you for sitting here and being with me. I hope that you have gotten a glimpse of who I am through this. Yeah, see you later. Bye.